want to start this off by saying that I was not a smart child. See, what had happened was, right, so I had this friend named Cameron. We both went to FSDB, Florida School for the Deaf and Blind. And Cameron was the homie. Now, at the time, I was like 9 or something. Now, Cameron was bow-legged. I know that's probably not the proper term, but I don't know what he had. Maybe the palsy or something. And maybe, honestly, some like autism, because sometimes he would go nonverbal. But I was 9. I didn't know I didn't know none of that. He was just a bow-legged homie. We used to call him Buffalo Bowhunk, which I realize now was not okay. Don't feel sorry for Cameron, though. Cameron would come back at us. I remember one time he told me that the only thing black about me was the skid marks in my drawers. He was 11 when he said that, and it still hurts. Now, I never saw myself as better than Cameron. I just saw him as my squiggly-legged friend, you know what I mean? I hope that he, saw me as his little nappy-headed colored child friend. Anyway, I liked Cameron, and I think Cameron liked me. And we would talk about sports all the time because Cameron knew sports. Like, he knew everything about sports. He could just give you the stats, especially about basketball. Now, Cameron had one of them hands. I don't know what's that called, but y'all, with the hand. And one day, I thought, because he the homie and I'm stupid, that why he don't open his hand, though. So I thought to myself, I'm going to help Cam open his hand because, like, who don't want 2 hands? Sometimes we would have to help Cameron tie his shoes, which I would never have no problem with, but it was like, wouldn't he like to do that by himself? Just get, you got 2 hands, use 2 hands. I'm going to help you open your hand. So the dorm teachers was all out of the room and I, Cameron was sitting there and I grabbed his hand. I remember it was tighter to his chest than I thought it was going to be. Like, it was really on there. So I had to take an angle where I was like, I had it under my arm and I was trying to get that, was trying to get it open. And I couldn't. I got it away from the chest, but it took a lot of energy. Now, this whole time, Cameron was, he was making some noise that was, he was yelling. But I thought that he was like, oh my God, finally somebody over here to help me open my hand. And so he was yelling like he was straining. Because like in my head, of course he's straining to open his hand. He's like, finally somebody's helping me. And I was exerting so much energy. And then finally, like, I pried his fingers all apart, and I was so proud. And then I turned around to look at Cameron with, like, man, we did it. And he wasn't happy. The face that he had was, what are you doing to my hand and my arm, fam? Because it hurt. And then I immediately let go, and it snapped back like that, like socked him in the chest. And that's when I was like, oh, maybe he ain't had as much control over the hand. And then he had went and he had told. And then I had got in trouble. Here's the thing. I was trying to help. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just stupid. Some teachers had to come tell me to keep your hands to yourself. I was just trying to help my homie. Because he was my homie. You know what I mean? Eventually, Cameron forgave me. Because, he knew I was stupid. I feel like there's some people out there who still think I was just trying to hurt the homie Cameron. That's not what that was, y'all. I was trying to. Who don't want 2 hands out here? He passed away a few years ago, and I just hope that when he went, like, he knew that, like, we was homies, and I was never trying to hurt him. I was really just trying to help his hand, but I'm stupid, and that's my bad.